Everyone, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Okay, so we're going to finish up decorating these industrial rust and numbers journals today, and in the next video I'm going to be doing at least one of the covers with you. I don't know that I'll have time to do both of them, but picking up today where we left off, so I just showed very quickly the journaling tag that I had done for that small pocket. And so now doing some more journaling tags here, and this paper that I'm gluing it down onto is some of that tea-dyed tracing paper, and it's really cool to use as a background page if you have a page like this one where it's printed excuse me, it's a digital kit and the back side is white. It just looks really cool. So anyway, so yeah, I'm just kind of coming up with some more journaling tags here, and gonna be pretty much the same as what we've done so far, just trying to, you know, keep the same style and everything in place. Oh yeah, now I remember. I was trying to remember what I was making these journaling cards for, and there's a little flap there. So I'm just going to ink around this, and then that'll be done. And I think I put a little decoration, yes, just a little something on that flap. I went ahead and printed off more of these digitals by the Bohemian Crafter, because I had started running out of the these little black background words and numbers that I had used on the first one, so I'm armed and ready now, so got plenty of those to work with now for the rest of this journal. Actually, I might need to go back through the first signature and add a few here and there. I don't remember how many actually I put in that first signature, if any, honestly. So might do a little more decorating before the end, before you see the final bit. But anyway, yeah, just gonna do a quick little collage here, using one of those little cardstock pieces of ephemera that I picked up from AliExpress a while back, and got a little Tim Holtz label there with the that little red label. And yeah, just gonna do a quick little collage there. So, okay, I think that was it for that first signature. So now we're in the second signature, and I had these two envelopes, well, one envelope and then the glassine bag I was gonna turn into a tuck spot. So I'm just gonna look through the signature and figure out where I think I might want those to be. And then, yes, I did have this one page that I had folded up the bottom part to make another little tuck spot there. So I'm looking here, and my glassine bag is wider than my pages are in this one. The pages in this one ended up being just a little bit more narrow than the other journal was, and so in the end I just decided to fold one side of that glassine bag and turn that into a flap so that it can be on the page and still open up, and you could actually write on there or do whatever you might want to do. So alright, so now just gonna do some collaging and do some decorating. So just putting down some sari silk here with my glue stick. Just wanted to add some more texture and just kind of fill in that blank space down there. And gonna use some of this ephemera from the Bohemian Crafter again. I really like the black with the rusty digital kit that Crafty Cat USA Amy had made. I think they just really are working really well together. It's something I like to do actually. I'm not sure that I mean to set out to do it this way, but I think I just really enjoy combining digital kits from different people together. I don't know. I guess maybe I just have an eye for doing I just want to share the love, maybe. I don't know, but it seems like whatever journal I'm using digital kits on, there's always like multiple digital kits that I use. But I just think it's really fun to, show the artwork of multiple people in one journal. I think what am I trying to say here? It's like it makes it more eclectic in a way, and more interesting. So, yeah, more interesting, I think, is probably what I wanted to say there. But, anyway, so I just made a little double pocket with that left side of the envelope. And now I felt like this right-hand page, it just felt like it needed more on there. And so I'm going to make another tuck spot here. This is some Tim Holtz cardstock ephemera that I've actually had for kind of a while. I just really don't use it very often. This roulette wheel I thought was kind of perfect to throw into this journal because there's a lot of, I'm not quite sure what the pictures are of necessarily. I mean, they're guys, obviously, and just different various old-timey pictures, but I just thought that this journal lent itself to having, something like the roulette wheel and the guy, maybe he owns an establishment where they have one. So anyway, and then so just made that into a tuck spot and putting a tea-dyed blank index card there for the journaling card. And yeah, sorry for the movement of the camera. I actually had to stop and I was doing the first part during my lunch hour today, and then so this is after work now. Came back and finishing. So just looking for the next page to add some decoration to, and I think this page, well, I thought this page looked like it probably could use something, so just trying to figure out what I wanted to do here. And we'll do another little tuck spot with this ephemera. Actually, I did 2 pockets there, a double tuck spot, but the paper isn't like super thick. It's not cardstock for this one, so I didn't want to go too crazy, and it's on a smaller page anyway, a shorter page, so I didn't want to put tons of stuff in there behind it. But found 2 pieces of paper that they're also pretty, they're not thick papers either, so I thought the whole thing worked really well that way. But yeah, just another quick little collage, and I felt like it needed just something more, so went ahead and added this metal clock face, and then just as I was about to glue it down, I thought, no, let's put a bit of sari silk down underneath it. So that's what I'm doing here. And then got my Fabri-Tac glue out and glue that down, and that way you can actually see some of that from the other side of the page, which is kind of cool. So moving on to the next collage then. And I don't know that I made this one into a tuck spot. I think I put it down upside down first. I'm glad I noticed that. I think I just added some little bits up into the right corner, just for some interest. And then again, I'm using some of that tea-dyed tracing paper, and trying to remind myself I have all these little scraps of fabric sitting right next to me. I need to use some of them. So this is just some trim that I had picked up on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and I took some of it and just did some zigzag stitches and other, kind of random stitches on them, and so now they're ready for me to use in collages whenever I feel like I want to do that. So it's a fun little tip. If you guys, if any of you have a sewing machine, I highly recommend doing that, or just like little scraps of fabric. I mean, Tim Holtz sells stuff like that. So you can easily do that yourself, and have it ready to go. And it just really adds a lot of interest, I think, and just texture, really, to your collages. So yeah, just adding a few more little bits and pieces here. I felt like it needed just something a little bit more, so put down a couple bits of washi tape here, and then I think that's going to be it for this one. So you can journal around that one. Sorry, I ate something that had little bits of nuts in it, and so now they're all trying to go down my throat the wrong way, so I'm constantly coughing and choking. So sorry about that. So working on the other half of that envelope now and making a journaling card to go ahead and put into that. So we've got some of that rusty paper digital from Robyn McClendon. And so I just added some tea-dyed paper behind on the back side of that, and then obviously just inked around the edges. So that'll be our journaling card. I think I kept this one pretty simple. I just added this label at the bottom. I don't really think I even added anything else. No, I must not have. So then on the other side, I think I'm making another tuck spot here. Maybe finally, yes, using this cakes thing that I think I've inked that thing up about 3 times now. And tried to use it in every single signature of both of these journals. So finally it's getting put down. So putting that there, and then just decided to go ahead and put a little slip of paper in there. And so that'll just be some extra journaling there. And then thought this was a good spot for one of those. 2 for 15 cents. The colors were a little difficult to work in other pages, and this page was pretty neutral, so I thought that was a good spot for that one. And I thought I was looking for more to decorate with, but apparently I'd given that up. Here is just, the other side of that little pocket. So I just slipped some pre-made pieces of ephemera in there, and so then I'll just do a quick little collage down on the bottom of the flap. So I think I decided I liked that tag that I made in the first journal so much. I had another piece of that cardboard, so I went ahead and made another one for this journal. And so here I'm just, cutting down the cardboard so that it'll be the right size. And it was a little bit too wide, so actually probably took a little bit too much off the width, but it still works fine. And here I'm trying to decide what I want to cover it with in the middle so you can actually write on it. So went back to this ephemera from Bohemian Crafter again, the office kind of ephemera, and wanted it to be kind of messy and torn looking, and so that's what I did here, and just inking that up, and I inked up the whole thing just a little bit to kind of darken the white just a little bit more so that it would match better with the cardboard. And so I wanted to do a little bit of a collage on it, and then after I do this collage, I'll take it and run it through my sewing machine, just like I did the first one. But yeah, using pretty much the same materials that I've been using this whole time. Some sari silk here, little bits of paper, some little tags and bits of ephemera and stuff that I've collected for these journals. So okay, that finished up the second signature. Now we're going to move on to the third signature. And again, I have a few little envelopes and things that I need to figure out where I wanted to put them in this journal, or this signature. And this one, I decided to do a a tuck spot. Originally, I had considered doing a belly band, and kind of I think I wished at the end of doing it, I kind of maybe think I wish I would have done it as a belly band, but anyway, I'll come back and decorate that later. But yeah, I just wanted to get these put into the journal, in the signature. I can't talk. Into the signature, so that it was ready to go. And then I remembered there was this one page that I was supposed to use for covering envelopes, and didn't realize it before when I was putting the signatures together. So I'm trying now to look for something to use to cover that with, or figure out what to do with it. I had originally thought maybe of putting tuck spots on the top and bottom, and then doing like what's that kind of file that it's got the two circles and you join them together with the string. I was gonna do that, but then I decided no, I'll just go ahead and make that whole page a pocket basically, and so that's what I'm gonna use this piece for. So just went ahead and cut that out, making sure it's gonna fit and cover those white spots. And so then yeah, I'll come back and decorate that later. So back to the front, and we're gonna do a little bit of collaging on this piece here. This is actually the flap from the top of the envelope to close the envelope. This was from, I don't know if you guys recognize the envelopes or not, but it's from the elections from 2020. I got so many of these in the mail. I don't know. I kept them because I like the size of them. They're nice and big. And then I thought it was interesting that this flap also had a little window on it. Okay, so back to collaging. Sorry, I was holding Oliver. He was feeling needy for a minute there, and I forgot to cut that all out. So I cut it out real quick here for you. So yeah, just coming back to cover all the text, essentially, is what my goal is here. And then also in my mind, I'm thinking about the other page that's just before this one. And the design on that page was kind of in the bottom right of that page. And so I kind of wanted to balance it out and have the design on this flap in the upper part. So it would be in the upper right if you were looking at the entire spread together. Because the first page doesn't fully cover this next page. You'll see what I mean when we get back over there when I finish here. But yeah, just adding little bits and pieces, and I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about this at the moment right now, so I decided to go ahead and look for a journaling card to use to put into this flap, and got some Tim Holtz cards here, and decided on that map one. I thought that was kind of good since I put that ship image on there. And then I knew I needed some little bits and pieces, and so this Tim Holtz ephemera pack has some good stuff. So I picked out another little red label, and then the red, white, and blue thing is an airmail kind of thing. So went ahead and just put those two down. I think that's it for this one, and then I'll take this to the sewing machine, and also around the perimeter so it looks like I sewed it onto the page, but I'll actually glue it down onto the page. But yeah, so that's what this one will end up being. So I did another simple journaling card for the inside of this envelope, and I thought at first about doing another one of those clock faces, but I had already done one like that, and so now I'm just trying to find something different from what I've done before. And in the end, oh, I remember what I did now. Okay, so I did a little bit of a collage actually on the envelope itself. And so just looking for pieces to use for doing that collage. And yeah, I'm looking in all kinds of places here. And these would be okay, but I didn't feel like that they were really matching quite right with the rest of everything else that I'd used thus far, and I didn't want to have one random piece that was a little more frilly looking in this industrial and rusty journal. So went back to these film strips, the photo strips, and that guy on the top there was kind of speaking my name, so I went ahead and decided to make him the little tuck spot for the flap so it would stay shut, and then I'll add some collaging underneath him. I decided to go ahead and do another double pocket on this envelope, half of this envelope again, and then just trying to decide here how I want to kind of collage on that. That number 77 I had cut in kind of a strange shape on the right side. So I'm just kind of looking for little bits of paper that I can kind of disguise that with. And honestly, some of my collages just kind of happen because of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, so here I was thinking I needed something a little bit more, but I wasn't quite sure what. So added some washi to get a little bit of color. And then I think I ended up with one of these labels. Yeah, this one here, I think. And then that one, that's going to call this collage done. I'll move on to the next one. So back to this thing again. So this is just printer paper. It's not thicker paper. So I knew I needed to back that with something to make it more sturdy. So I just used some packing paper. It's a thinner packing paper, but it'll do the job well. And so you're not really going to see the packing paper at all, but I guess if you did, it would look nice. So just cutting around it again. It's a little bit unwieldy. It was a big piece. And then I'll distress again. And then I end up doing a little bit of a collage on the front of it. And then I'll go ahead and sew around the perimeter again, and ultimately glue it down. And then go ahead and make another journaling card out of some more of that rusty looking paper. And that's going to do it for me today, guys. So I think I'll say goodbye now and let you watch the rest of my collaging. And I will see you in the next video. We're going to make the covers together, and I won't do a voiceover for that one. We'll do that one regular style. So if you've been missing me doing that, I apologize. It's just been easier to do the videos this way this week for me, and gonna do a little bit of both styles, I think. But hopefully this is I know I like to watch videos and fast forward a lot of times anyway, so hopefully this is kind of cool with you guys. I know you guys have said that multiple times to me, and I know I need to stop asking, but anyway, so I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.